I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Thursday, September the 9th, brought to you in part by Noromycin by Norbrook. Noromycin 300 LA is a proven go-to antibiotic for a broad spectrum of cattle diseases and infections. For more information, go to norbrook.com. A little less talk, and guess what? A lot more action. That's what we're kind of looking for. We're seeing a lot of talk, and we saw a lot of talk come out here in the middle of the week about getting some things done about the cattle business that we've been trying to get done for a long time. And it's seeming like it's being pushed forward by the White House administration. Of course, they're looking to change the tune on anything since they've had the biggest blunder in the military history, outside of maybe Custer, that is. I'm not even sure about that. But we're going to change. We're going to talk about anything but that. So let's make the cowboys happy. What the hell? And we'll take it if we can get something done. But so far it's just more talk and we haven't got anything. Now what am I talking about? I'm talking about John Thune, Senator from South Dakota, John Tester from Montana, Mike Rounds from South Dakota, and Cory Booker of New Jersey. Cory Booker, one of your favorites there, they all got together and they're going to introduce another mandatory cool bill. Now, RCAF is ecstatic, as you can imagine, because they've been repeating that broken record for many years and reciting M-Cool in their sleep, which I'm all about it too if we can get it. And I can't believe we got a bill up here to get it. Of course, Mike Rounds, within the last several months has introduced that USA Beef Act bill that would give us truth in labeling and make sure that product of the USA was indeed a product of the USA. But now they've gotten together, and evidently it must be spawned from the administration thinking that they can get some people behind it because they've decided to go to work on this, amid all the things that are going on. But mandatory country of origin labeling, they would add that to beef and ground beef, along with the other meat products that already have country of origin labeling, and it's hard to believe that we don't have it on beef. But the only downside on that is if they do get this bill enacted, the implementation will be delayed 12 months to comply with World Trade Order regulations there. But that would be great if we can get it. I think if we got the USA Beef Act done, that would be 9/10 of getting mandatory country of origin labeling. Might be easier to get. I'm not sure how you push one or the other, but anyway, it's great that they're talking about getting our beef in here, and that would definitely change the complexion of everything. Are fat cattle going to start bringing $1.60 or $1.70? Probably not. But, it would give those of us that just like to complain one less thing to bitch about, I guess. But also, we heard strong language come from the White House in a briefing. And it was all about the concentration of the meat processing. They're going to promote more enforcement of the antitrust laws that they believe that the big four packers have in our meat industry, most importantly beef. They're wanting to boost competition, and the big one is they're wanting to push back on pandemic profiteering. Praise the Lord and amen. Okay, now what are we going to do about it? I don't know. It's just more talk. We've got several things that we could do to push that through, but they come out with a strong statement on there. They're wanting to take some action, strong action. So the White House itself can't push bills through there, but it can spur your lawmakers to do something. They're also said in that statement that come out on Wednesday, they want more DOJ investigating the big four packers. They want more packers and stockyard enforcement. Saying they're going to at least try to give them baby teeth. This is the second or third time we've heard them talk about that. Do they know who they're talking about with this packers and stockyards group? More effort to strengthen the P&S rules, which are 100 years old. We need more transparency. Amen to that. We want truth in labeling. That goes back to the first thing that I talked about. And they said they want more negotiation. Okay, here's where I come in. This is the broken record that I continue to play, and the things that I repeat in my sleep. But so how are they going to get that? Well, we got to push through one of these mandated minimum negotiation bills. Okay, now they've already said that 5014 is dead, and I'm sure you RCAPers are going to say, you said cool was dead. You're right, and evidently it's not, because we've got a bill before us on that. But even Charles Grassley's group said they don't believe they have the votes for the 5014. And so we're trying to get something done. We're trying to get a compromise with Deb Fisher's bill, your Cattle Market Transparency Act, and try to get something that we can push through. I've been loosely working with a group trying to get something compromised put together to see what we can do about that. I participate on conference calls with the marketing group out of U.S. Cattlemen's Association. They're the only ones doing anything about it. NCBA damn sure ain't going to do anything about it, and then there's nobody to sue. So RCAP's not going to do anything about it. So you got U.S. Cattlemen's Association, and we're working with several people trying to find a compromise. The latest that we've talked about is keeping 50% in there at some point, taking the average of the last 3 years within the different geographical regions and increasing that by 50%. And you think, well, that wouldn't be a whole of a lot. You've got 6 or 7% in Texas. We would increase that, and we'd be at where, 10 or 11% there or something like that. Yeah, but it would make a huge thing. Anything we can get get it in a bill and get it passed is what we need to do, and keep it where we can adjust it. But anything is what we need to do, and I'm all about that. Talk about our irons getting cold. When fat cattle are bringing $1.25 or better, historically that's not a bad price. When yearlings are bringing $1.60, historically that's not a bad price. We've got light calves bringing well over $2. We're not getting a lot of sympathy out there. But for the most part, your industry is jealous of the packers. But more than jealousy, it just ain't fair. I mean, when they're making $1,100 a head, owning those cattle less than 2 weeks in most cases, and your cattle producers are owning them for over a year and can't make a living. Our inputs are all higher and everything. We just want negotiation, and we want it at some level. Well, and I was talking with some of the group today, and I said, really, all we're asking for is a fat cattle seller's ability to turn down the initial bid. You can't do that anymore. If you're sitting out there in a feedlot and you've got cattle to sell and you're going to sell them cash, and you turn down a packer's initial bid, that's the tailgate. You won't hear from them again, and you know that, and you'll be retaliated against probably for 2 or 3 weeks after that. So there's really no negotiation, and that's the way that negotiated grid is that everybody talks about. It's not really a negotiation. They offer it to you. You either say yes or no. If you say no, they probably won't call you back for a few weeks. If you say yes, okay, they'll say, how'd you like that negotiation we did there? But if you had minimum levels of negotiated cash trade that these packers had to participate in per major plant, you could turn that first bid down and feel pretty comfortable that they're going to have to come back at some point. That's the way it used to be in the old days when we had leverage. I realize we don't have a lot of leverage anymore because the lion's share of your feeding is done by corporates, and they've got sweetheart deals. But we could get that negotiation back. The White House is calling for it. Our irons have gotten cold. I mean, the cattle's hair's wet, and we've run out of propane. But somebody built us a campfire there, and it's getting blue in the center, and we can get them back in there, get it hot again, and get something done. What else did the administration do? They're going to give out like $600 million more of free money. Yippee, more free money. Where all the free money is coming from, I don't know. Why in the world are we having inflation? But more free money for small packers, small producers, and farm workers, farm and food workers all around. Not exactly sure how you're supposed to apply for that, but I'm sure some people will take advantage of it, and it'll be another cheese check deal. Let's talk about the board. On Wednesday, October live cattle futures down 65 cents at 123.10, just down, down, down. December down 90 at 128.65. I bet they're up Thursday morning. Going forward, down 22 to down 92 on your back months of live cattle. Feeder cattle, September down 22, 156.05. October down 77, 159.27. Back months of feeder cattle down 77 to down 177. Your new crop December corn down a half a cent a bushel at 5.10 1/4, so it's not their fault. Fat cattle trade, we did start to see a little bit of trade this week. We started about a day late because of the Labor Day holiday, but confirmed sales on Wednesday. Iowa, 3,000 head, 198 to mostly 203. That's on the low side of last week, but we haven't established it yet. Nebraska, 7,800 head. That's quite a bit of trade for Nebraska. 126 for the most part, up to 127. That's kind of in there around where we were last week. It wouldn't be any higher for sure, but it ain't far from steady. Dress sales 203 that they had in Nebraska on Wednesday. Kansas only 600 head, 124 again. That encourages us. We didn't think we was going to get to 124 in the Southern Plains last week. Got more 124 on Wednesday of this week, and a little bit of 203 up there in the northern part of Kansas. Texas, 1,800 head. Some of these were on Fed Cattle Exchange there through Central Stockyards. 122 to 124. Not all the auction cattle got put in there, but direct trade mostly 123.5 to 124. But some of your auctions around on Tuesday, Stockman's Livestock, Yankton, South Dakota, their conventional cattle were mostly steady from 122 to 125.5. But your drug-free and non-implant cattle were down big. Not exactly sure why. Pretty much the same buyers there, but 125 to 129.25 was all on the drug-free cattle there. Lanesboro, Minnesota. I'm going to be in Lanesboro, Minnesota at the sale. They got a special feeder cattle auction on Friday. I get to go somewhere I've never been. Sale barn junkie. Can't wait to get there. They sold fat cattle on Wednesday. Lanesboro sold colored cattle or beef cattle, what we call them up in that country, 127 to 131, and fat Holstein steers from 117 to 122.5. Doesn't sound all that bad. Box beef cutout values down, but not as much on choice on Wednesday. Choice cuts 334.86, down 33. Selects 298.17, down 373. I want to talk to you about you getting some protection on some of your cattle. We don't know where this market's going. All we know is it's volatile, and it's at a pretty good level right now. I mean, yeah, if we got some of these things done that I was telling you about earlier, that'd be fantastic, but we can't count on any of this stuff. We've kind of got an elevated price. I know you guys might not be making a lot of money, but we kind of have an elevated price. If you're looking at a LRP, Livestock Risk Protection Policy, get in touch with Livestock Risk Services right here, as you can see, and they can help you do that. Some of the other things that's going on, our agreement with Western Video Markets out there in California is really starting to go well here with DV Auction. Not only are we getting internet bids for the Western Video Market sales, and those are coming in readily. I mean, most of the bids are coming in over the internet and a lot of cases there. But the crew there at Western Video Market, they are getting a lot of bull sales and production sales for us out on the West Coast, where we don't have nearly as good a handle. We're mostly in the Midwest. But Holly Foster, J.C. Neeson, both very good friends of mine. Rick Machado, world champion livestock auctioneer. He's in the family with Western Video Markets. They're all going to be at these big sales coming up this week, and most of these are new. I want to tell you about them. This Thursday, they got the Black Gold Angus sale there in Williams, California. Going to be on DV Auction. If you guys are interested in that sale, just log on to dvauction.com, get approved, and you can bid right there. You can view and bid that sale right there on Thursday. On Friday, Tehama Angus in Gerber, California, going to have their big sale. That's a big outfit, well reputation outfit, going to be on DV Auction, guys. We're going to promote them, and we hope that they have a great sale and get a lot of internet activity. Take a little break over the weekend and then come back on Tuesday with the big Western Video Market sale at the Haythorne Ranch just outside of Ogallala, Nebraska. It's been dry. A lot of the yearlings are gone, but they are going to have some really outstanding reputation consignments right there. So don't forget, on Tuesday, Western Video Market's video feeder cattle sale right there. On Thursday, Rancho Casino del Porto in Denair, California. Going to have their bull sale right there on dvauction.com. On Friday, Mid-Valley sale there. That's Schaefer Family Ranch and Amador Ranch there. That sale is going to be in Modesto Junior College there in Modesto, California. Saturday the 18th, if you're losing track of where we're at, Saturday the 18th of September, Legacy Ranch Horse Sale. You guys have heard about it. Going to be on DV Auction. The Key Heifer K4 Ranch there, Diamond A Ranch horses, and the Campwood Cattle Company horses right there. That's going to be in Prescott, Arizona. That's a big deal. So you guys get on to those West Coast sales. And a lot of you guys that watch this Feeder Flash video are in the West Coast or interested in some of those horse stock there, or replacement stock, or breeding bulls, what have you. And get on there and support those sales, because we want to give them a little attention. How about coming back towards the middle part of the country? This Thursday, here today, and tomorrow on Friday and Saturday, Pitzer Ranch Horse Sale there, Erickson, Nebraska. That is pay-per-view, guys. Sorry about that. That's the way that they decided to do that. But if you do participate in that sale, you'll get reimbursed by your pay-per-view charge, which it ain't much. It's like 20 or 25 bucks for a lot of entertainment there. But also on Saturday, you got your X-Bar Proud to Be an American sale right there, and that's Shane Steyerwalt. It's out of Burbank, Oklahoma there. I tell you what, you got to get on there and check out this deal. Check out what's on there. They've got ranch horses on there. They've got breeding bulls on there. They've got Angus. They've got Red Angus. And then they've got a big long string of some of the best breeding stock females that you can find. They've got Red Angus and Santa Gertrudis, American Reds on there. They've got a lot of them, a lot of young cows on there. And they got loads of them, guys. You can buy some smaller groups, or you can buy loads of them. And a lot of those cattle come directly from the King Ranch. And I tell you what, they are sticklers for quality there. But you need to at least get on there and check out that sale, see what they've got on offer, and then watch that sale on Saturday. X-Bar sale with Shane Steyerwalt. He's a good guy. I got to know him up there in Pawhuska, Oklahoma. But hope to have a good sale there. Now let's talk about your feeder cattle market. Your real-time index on DV Auction ended the day on Wednesday at 155 1/4. That's down 141. Some of your big sales around OKC West, El Reno, Oklahoma, a little bit smaller because of the early week holiday there. 4,400 head there. Feeder steers steady to $3 lower. Feeder heifers steady to $1 higher compared to last week. The light run of calves and not well tested on that. Springfield, Missouri, Springfield Livestock Marketing Center had 1,900 there. Steer calves and feeder heifers were 3 to as much as $8 higher. Feeder steers steady to $2 lower. And you think, my gosh, they went, how come of that? Because they had some outstanding reputation consignments there. Included in there was my friend Tonto Cassie. He's been a long-time partner in there with Springfield Livestock Marketing Center. I think he designed the place, but really good guy and has outstanding cattle. Sells a lot of replacements out of there and sells a lot of bulls. But Tonto Cassie sold 78 head, 696 pound steer calves, weaned 169.75. He also sold 84 head at 649 pound black heifers at 162. How about a sale we don't talk about very often? North Arkansas Livestock, Green Forest, Arkansas, 109 head, 613 pound steers through the ring in Green Forest, Arkansas, 174.50. But Bassett had a sale. Dadgummit. Bassett Livestock Auction, Bassett, Nebraska, about 1,900 head for them. Feeder steers 2 to 4 lower than 2 weeks ago. That wouldn't be too bad the way we've been going. Feeder heifers are steady. Look at this automated market report from Cattle Market Central. You can see all the cattle in there in those represented weights. Best tested weights of steers, 538 head, 928 pound steers bring 159.24 all together as a weighted average. How about some heifer weights? 305 head of 8-weight heifers averaged 858 at 147.05. 302 head of 9-weight heifers averaged 939 at 146.01 on the average. Best quote that I saw anywhere in your Zach Tran top quote from the day come out of Bassett, Nebraska. 122 head of 1,002 pound steers through the ring bring $157. And that's your feeder flash for Thursday.